Hey all, welcome back. Today I got a knife order in for 6 knives, and I thought I would just go ahead and take you along on this little adventure of making some knives. And I'll give you a little shop tour, and then we'll get right to it. All right, since the last time I made a knife video, I've moved, which has been about a couple years ago. But I got a little Chili Forge, a Grizzly 72 by 2 by 72 belt sander or grinder, a little tumbler, a little scroll saw for cutting out handle blanks, and then in here we got some belts, drill press, another little drill press, kind of use it for storage too a little bit, got a little staging area, some stock. This is 01, and last night this is going to kind of be like a stock removal deal. I had a template that I made a while back because everybody seems to like these little knives, and that's what we're going to be making. Like I said, this is 01. Farrier friend, got some rasps for some other projects and whatnot. So all right, well, let me so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this stock. I got a bandsaw that I use for cutting. It's a, what do they call it, a horizontal bandsaw that you can run vertical. So I'm going to cut these out the best that I can, and then we'll finish them on the grinder and go from there. So all right, okay, here's all the blanks cut out, and I got the belt grinder set up. This is a Norton 80 grit. I never used Norton belts before, but we're going to give them a try. It's a ceramic belt. Before I put this belt on, I made sure that this platen was square with this to make sure that all my grinds were going to be somewhat square. So here, I'll set you up here and we'll get started on grinding the first one. All right, here we go. This is the blank here. You can see where my lines are. We're gonna see what we can do to grind out to the lines, and we'll see how these Norton belts work. So let's get started. All right, that's about it. 5 more to go. Last one, all done. It's all 6. Next, drill pinholes and drill some holes for the epoxy to adhere through to. But before that, my boys are out back in our skid steer. They want to haul garbage to the dumpster, so I gotta do that real quick. Alright guys, sorry about the little bit of the glare here in the shop. That LED light back there is pretty bright over my drill press so I can see. But I'm going to drill the pinholes out. Let me get back in front here. I'm going to drill the pinholes out for all these blanks. I usually do 2 1/8 inch pins and then a 1/4 inch lanyard. I I usually do 2 1/8-inch pinholes and then a 1/4-inch lanyard hole. So I'm going to go ahead and drill all the 1/8-inch pinholes out, and we'll go from there. I want you to go for bud. My kids are harassing the dogs. They've been roping this little leopard dog all morning. Last one, by the way. I'm gonna swap out drill bits and drill the quarters, but they've been roping that leopard dog, which you've probably seen him running back and forth all morning, and she's finally had enough, so she's in here hiding underneath my workbench. All right, we are done. You can see 1/8-inch pinholes, 1/4-inch lanyard hole, and these are just an oddball drill bit size that I use to relieve a little bit of weight in the handle, and it works as something else for epoxy to grab to also when we seize it up. So my dilemma is this material is a little thinner than I normally use. It was all I could get on short notice because I like to use 01. And I'm wondering if I should go ahead and heat treat this before I cut the bevels in for the edge. Don't know yet. Trying to figure it out. But I have some time to figure it out because it is the lunchtime for the boys and I have something I need to go do, and then we'll be back out here shortly. Okay, back in action here. We're gonna I decided to go ahead and cut the preliminary bevels in. Cut the preliminary bevels in on these knife blanks just to save some time, because once they're hard, they're going to be harder to grind. So what I did is I colored the edge of this, and then I'm just going to take a drill bit that's the same thickness as this, and then score a center line, and then I'll grind at my center line. I'll leave a little bit for, I'll leave a little bit for air, and then we'll heat treat them. But just get a flat surface and score it. And if you can see, I don't know if you can see, if it'll focus, you can see it scored a little line down the center, and then we'll just work to the center. Kind of get the preliminary bevel in, and that's what it looks like. I'm gonna stop you guys because this is just gonna be monotonous grinding, and we'll restart it once we're done. Okay guys, I got them all, let me get this camera out of the way. I got them all ground out. The preliminary bevels are on and they are ready for heat treat. So that's what we're gonna do next, but before we do that, I gotta go feed all the animals, so we'll be back shortly. Okay, y'all, we got the animals fed. I got the forge is good and hot. Hopefully don't run out of propane. We're just gonna heat these up till they're non-magnetic. And I have I don't know if you can see it, I have a quench tank right there on the ground. You can hear the forge is running out of propane. I might have to change the tank out. And that tank is, that quench tank is filled with Perks 50 or whatever quench oil. So I might be able to get a couple of these done before it goes out. I'll get one done. There was a wand. Oh, that's a party foul. Still hot. We're good. We good. We good. Okay, we got them all quenched. We are going to have to put them in the oven, but I'm just going to check them with a file, make sure they all got hard, which I'm pretty sure they did. So it's nice about. That's what's nice about the this 01. It can't really mess it up. So. Now this file ate through this stuff like it was nothing a minute ago when we cut that little groove. And it's sliding it pretty good. Now it ain't no Rockwell test, but it skates a file pretty good. So we're gonna go put them in the oven and for a couple hours. I don't have like a heat treat oven, so I'm gonna put them in the kitchen oven, which all right, I'm at my kitchen table. Since I'm waiting for the wife to finish cooking dinner before I can use the oven or before she runs me out of the kitchen, I've been working on sheaths for the last couple days, because obviously if you have a knife you got to have a sheath. So these little things, which I have been glue them down. So what I do is I cut these all out, the pattern out that I made, and then I gotta stitch the belt loop. Well, I went ahead and rolled these edges with an edging tool, and cut these out, and then you gotta fold the belt loop, stitch the belt loop, and then you gotta cut the, I believe they call it a whelp, or I'm not sure what the proper term is, but it's a piece that goes between the two pieces of leather. They keep the knife blade from cutting the stitching. So I got 6 of these done just like this. They're all glued together. I'm going to take them out to my belt sander, and with an 80 grit belt or just a decent belt, you can take and lay these flat on the platen, and you can square these edges all up nice and neat. And then I'll come back in and use a edging tool to lay a stitch path. And then we'll go back out to the drill press and drill them out. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. All right, it's the next morning.
That's what I'm going to do.
We went ahead and got all these tempered up last night in the oven after dinner. I got all the sheaths finished last night, just lacking being oiled. So we're going to go ahead and start cleaning these up and then get them in some sort of etching solution to kind of cause like a forced patina. You know, because they're intended on being, hopefully some of them are going to be used, and being out in the field, having the patina on them being carbon steel will help with the rusting and just kind of general care. So that's what we're going to do. Something else I wanted to say, I'm grinding these without gloves on. Since these are heat treated, I don't want this steel to get real hot. So I have a little bucket of water. As soon as it starts getting kind of a little warm or hot to the touch, I go ahead and dunk it in the water. That's why I don't have no gloves on. I don't necessarily recommend doing that, but that's how I do it. So. All right, this is the last one. I'm gonna go ahead and change belts out to a 150 grit and put this on the bevel jig and start cleaning the bevels back up. So be right back. All right, I changed out belts. I always check before I start to make sure that this is correct, and it's square. So this was set from when we did it, so we're just gonna start grinding again, clean the bevels up. Hey, I want to show y'all something if you're new to this stuff, because this is mistakes that I've made, and I'm still learning. By all means, I'm no expert, but I just want to flip you around and show you this right here, and I'll explain what it does. So, see that right there? That's the grinding buildup. Put a finger in here. There we go. That's the grinding buildup. And if you don't stop every once in a while, which I mean, some of y'all that have some higher end stuff there might be ways that self clean this, or have a poly bottom so it slides easy and all that. But every couple blades or whatever you do, you got to clean this, because if you're using a jig, all this, if it builds up, it'll throw your bevel off. So just something to keep in mind. All right, that wraps them all up. I got all 6 of them ready to go. So what I'm going to do now, my camera battery's about to die, so I'm going to bring you back. There's going to be a little time delay anyways. I'm going to take and clean these up with a little bit of acetone, and I'm going to dump them in some. I usually use ferric chloride, but I do not have any right now, so I'm going to use vinegar and let them etch for an hour or 2, and then I'll bring you back when we get them done etched. All right, guys, it's been about 2 hours since we put these in the vinegar, and you can see they're pretty black. So we're gonna go ahead and take them and set up the tumbler and throw them in there and let them tumble away for a little bit. All right, all out of the tumbler. Finished blades. Ready to have handles put on them, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go in here and set the drill press up and start drilling out handle scales. So, alright everybody. I have some stuff I have to do, so I'm going to have to take a break. I've been drilling and grinding for like the last hour. But, so these ain't glued, but they got 3 of them ready to go. I just got to drill the lanyard holes. I like to do that last before I do the epoxy them. And then I got these other 3 I still got to cut out and get them ready to go. So that's where we're at, and I'll probably be back later this afternoon and do some more. Alright, it's been a little bit since I filmed last. I was kind of panicking a little bit on getting these knives done, so I did get the handle scales on and shaped, and now we're gonna go ahead and do a finish sanding on them, on all 6 of the knives. So what I like to do is I'm just gonna sand these to about 400 grit, hand sand about 400 grit, and then just buff them, and it turns out really nice. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, I got them sanded down to their final grit, and I wiped them down with acetone to get any loose debris or whatnot off of them. And I'm just gonna go ahead and I'll set you up over here so you can see me. I'm just gonna buff them on a buffing wheel with some green buffing compound. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm just like I said. We're just gonna go ahead and apply a little. So there's all 6 of them ready to go. Like I said, I'm gonna go inside, sharpen them, put the lanyards on them, and we'll be done. And I'll show you the finished product. So stay tuned. All right, all the knives are done. They turned out really well. It went well. The sheaths went together well. The knives went together well. I was happy with the whole process. I typically don't like making this many knives at one time, to be honest with you. It gets very monotonous, but we did it and it's done. We're going to be doing some more videos along the lines of this in the future real soon. So I hope you all like this one. And we drop new videos every Thursday. So like and subscribe and keep following us. We're going to do a bunch more stuff and just have fun with it. So y'all have a good day. Thank you.